Hello there and happy Onam to you all. So in the last two Onams, I made videos about the mythology or the story of Onam and the significance of Onam as celebrated in Kerala. So in this video, in this year, I thought we would talk about Hinduism. A Hindu is somebody who lives down the Sindhu river in the Indian subcontinent. And Hinduism is the philosophy or ideology that somebody who lives down the Sindhu has been historically followed. But Hinduism is not confined to this geographic boundary from where its name came. I myself try to follow the yogic philosophy of life, which is one of the 6 darshanas or philosophies according to Hinduism. So as a spiritual person or a Hindu living in a overwhelmingly left-leaning atheistic space, I get a lot of questions about my faith and belief systems. So I thought I would answer them. And these are pretty basic questions about Hinduism. If you have more questions, please let me know in the comment section. We can make more videos like this. And another important thing about these questions that I get asked is that they are mostly about an Abrahamic or an interventionist god. And the type of god that is propounded in the Hindu scriptures is quite different from that. So most often I am put in a very weird position where I don't know if I should deny the existence of God or accept the existence of God, or what they think God is not what I think God is. So this video is also about clarifying all of those things. Now the next time somebody asks this question, I will just send them this video. Maybe you also can. In Abrahamic religions, there is just one God, and there are 3 Abrahamic religions that spans out of the same scriptures. So there is always that ongoing argument about which or who or what is God. And in Hinduism also, there is just one God. Before everyone kills me, the God as defined as a supreme or ultimate reality is just one in Hinduism as well. And this is one singular unmanifest energy that is timeless, imperishable, and is spread all across the universe. And this goes by the name of Brahman or Purusha or Parabrahman or Atman, Ishvara, and so on. The concept of panentheism is a great way to understand this God or Brahman. And panentheism goes like God is greater than the universe and that the universe is contained within the God. So Brahman or that energy is interconnected in everything in the universe, but even after everything perishes, it still remains. That is that one ultimate reality that we believe in Hinduism, and Advaita Vedanta is all about that. So then what about the 33,000 gods that we describe in our mythology? Well, they are all manifestations or creations of this one supreme reality or this supreme form called Brahma. And in that way, humans and life itself is deemed to be divine. And there are endless possibilities. And for the same reason, the definitions or the manifestations or the creations of God is just limitless in Hinduism. This question becomes relevant mainly because most religions claim that it is not created by human beings or mortals but was divinely ordained or revealed to the humans. So are Hindu gods and the Hindu mythology created by human beings? Well, that could certainly be the case. Sorry people. I can give you so many explanations to that. One is the rishis and munis created many of these mythologies, epics, and the images of gods that we worship today. So whatever manifestations of the Supreme One that we worship is from the imagination or the intuition of these enlightened beings or yogis or sadhus. But the rishis also composed the Vedas, and Vedas also have the name of Shruti, which means what is heard, which means that the rishis heard the Vedas from some other source, which they don't know or they don't reveal what that source is. So we have the Vedas, which is the root of all the mythologies and epics and whatever came after in the Hindu traditions. But we don't know where the Vedas came from. For most religions, God created the universe. There is a creator. But in Hinduism, it's much more complicated than that. Again, the mythologies are many. There is the destroyer, the creator, and the sustainer of the universe. And according to each of them, the cause and effect can change. But if you look at the philosophical underpinnings of these traditions or mythologies, we see that the universe was created. But did God create it? Well, what is God? Brahman, that is the Godhead or the Supreme Reality, is not a thing or a person or an entity that could come up and create anything. But it is creation itself. Or as it is said, when Brahman or Purusha is combined with Prakriti or Shakti, the universe with all its attributes is created. We are a big believers in the simulation theory. Simulation theory basically says that the universe or human perception or human reality is just simulated reality and is not actually based in any actual real thing. Now, according to Hinduism, the entire universe is an illusion or Maya superimposed on this one Brahman, which is otherwise unmanifest or inaccessible. Even if the entire illusion falls apart, Brahman still stands, still exists, and that is why it's called the ultimate reality, one that is imperishable and the actual absolute truth. And it is said that humans, because we are aware and conscious, are able to tear through this illusion and reach this singular point where it all began. And that's the basic idea. Again, connecting with what we said just before, there is no way that we can be created in a form that doesn't have any form or is unmanifest. We believe that in this simulation called the universe, life just reincarnates or repeats itself over and over again until it reaches specific goals which are manifest through desires. But no matter what our karma is and which plane we end up in, life is still suffering and life is still something that we shouldn't want to live. That is what we believe in Hinduism. In fact, a major reason to seek Brahman or go on a life of Brahmacharya and detachment is to escape this cycle of life and death. To stop being born over and over again and be with this ultimate reality by recognizing or experiencing what it is. It's like you are in a game, you keep playing it and you die after a point because of what you have done in the game and is reborn again according to your last game. And then it just keeps going on and on until you realize that wait, all of this is just a game. And if I just stop getting attached to this game called life and become detached from the desires that I have, which is driving me to live more and more, and really focus on my inner core, I can escape this game and another cycle. So for anybody who wants to escape life, has to stop playing this game, getting attached to what it offers, and just focus on ourselves. Then we just leave this simulation. So basically, life is just a game. So if there is no creator who put you here to test you or to give you or take away things from you, none of these things really matter, right? Well, yes and no. We don't have a creator who is looking after us or taking care of us or keeping tabs on what we are doing or not doing. We are free to do whatever the hell we want to do. But our lives are still determined by two things. One, our karma, and the choices and the thoughts and actions we take in our present life. So your life will have sufferings or pleasures according to what you did in your previous lives or your previous karma and what you think and do in this life, the choices that you make in this life. And it has all to do with your karma and your dharma, which is the duty that you have to fulfill in this lifetime or the previous lifetimes. It really doesn't have anything to do with God. Because Brahman or God or Purusha or Shiva doesn't really have anything much to do with the material world or the samsara. Dwelling in samsara or the material world or the pleasures and desires that you have in your life, then Brahma or this ultimate reality will continue to evade you. This doesn't mean that temples or priests or the people won't try to sell you stuff. And there is this very interesting caveat or condition to all this. I don't want to go into that here. But if you have detachment or equanimity, which you get through practice, you can stop suffering, especially in this world. Things will still happen, but it will affect you much less. And you will always have a much more balanced take, much more wise and balanced and intellectual take on what is happening around you. And through this practice, where you attain equanimity, compassion, detachment, and wisdom, you attain a greater level of happiness and abundance, which is more sustainable, loving, and peaceful. Inner peace. Inner peace, basically. I want to end this video by saying that there is a religious dogmatic part to Hinduism, which is based in caste, in bad and good karmas, in praying to God to help you, so on and so forth. But you don't necessarily have to believe in all of this to be a Hindu. You essentially have that freedom, because if you subscribe to one philosophy and really understand it, that is all that matters at the end of the day. You will be respected and taken into consideration for that. So that's it for today's video. If there is any suggestions or feedback about what I said in this video, don't hesitate to share in the comment section. If you like this video and if you think it will help somebody, please do share it and subscribe for more videos like this. And happy Onam to you all. Until we meet next time, bye bye. Well, it goes without saying that I don't have a sponsor yet. But not to worry, I will sponsor my own video. More precisely, my book will. This is the first book that I wrote. It's a realistic fiction novel about 4 teens in a city, enmeshed in a life of drugs, love, violence and chaos. A tale of isolation and desperation one feels among known strangers in an unknown city. Well, this book is available on Amazon and Flipkart. The links will be in the description. I will also share the link to the video trailer of the book. So check them out. And now back to the video.